Happy Friday, December 11th in my world. Hope everyone out there is doing well and had a super week. Feels like it's been a long week for me, but it's all good. This morning's quote comes from Rudyard Kipling. I've taken fun where I've found it. Today, we've all been given another day to use and explore. Why on earth would we spend so much time and effort on recovery if we don't plan on having fun? What's the point? God gave us today, and if we don't put some joy into it, we're at fault. If we're rusty at having fun, we have all kinds of willing participants at meetings. There's always something to enjoy if we look for it. When we bring joy and laughter to our lives, we gain perspective. We lighten our load of worry, and we make ourselves more open and receptive to others who may like to get to know us. We also celebrate the sobriety we have worked so diligently to nurture in meetings and in partnership with our higher power. Fun is not only a reward for our efforts, but another step in our healing. Today, let me live each moment gracefully and openly. Fun. Fun's my favorite. I like fun. The couple things that popped in my head instantly, well, I guess there's like three things that popped in my head instantly, actually. The first is Zumba. For me, one of the annual traditions pre-COVID was to go to a Zumba conference in July every year, and it was fun. And it wasn't just fun because we were dancing or we had I always had the best roommates and the concert and the stuff. But the first thing that popped in my head was actually the party. There was always a themed party on Saturday night. And everybody would dress up. And to me, that was one of the funnest, is that a word? Funnest? Parts of it, because everybody got to express themselves through their costumes and just kind of visit, because we're dancing and working so hard. I mean, it's a conference and people are getting their licenses and getting training. It's like a normal, I don't want to say it's like a normal conference at any other time, but it's a business conference. It just happens to be a fun business conference. Who doesn't love to have fun? And it really is a gift to have fun without gambling. It's fun to have fun without drinking. I'm learning. I didn't think that would ever be possible. And it really is. I learned that a lot in Asia when I first quit drinking. And the things that you can experience when you're not gambling, and here's the secret sauce, right? Not only when we stop gambling can we be present, right? Because we're not on lockdown in a casino or at a poker table or whatever our thing is, but we also have resources to maybe invest in having some fun. I've always had a weird relationship with money because of my gambling. And I'd get mad when Dunkin' Donuts would raise their price by a nickel, but yet, I'd go lose a week's pay in an hour. That was just kind of my weird relationship with money. And then when it comes to fun, like now, without gambling, I never would have took the trip to Asia if I was still gambling, right? I never would have been able to afford it. And it was still a stretch, but it was a stretch that, because thanks to my recovery, I knew that I was worth it and I deserved it and I was entitled to have fun. So that's a piece of it too, is doing the inside work so that you know that you deserve it. You can't punish yourself forever and ever, like, oh, I have this debt, or oh, I gambled, or, I'm not entitled to reward, essentially. And there's a lot of things that I've mentally, again, when I'm gambling, well, it worked two different ways. So there's things that cost cost money, like excursions if you go on a cruise, right? When I went on my honeymoon, I was gambling and I wouldn't do excursions because, they would interrupt my gambling time and money. When I went on my last cruise with my folks, I actually signed up for excursions because I was trying to gamble a little less. I knew I'd probably gamble some. It was my last hurrah, but I tried to build that in. And now next year when we go on the cruise, I don't even have to worry about gambling. I'm going to be able to enjoy the excursions and have fun. And it's ever evolving, my mentality on this and what I choose to spend money on. So don't let money get in the way of it. And I'm not saying you have to spend money to have fun. I'm just saying that as your recovery unfolds, and what if you're a normal person? My air quotes normal. But what if you're someone out there who doesn't have a gambling addiction or a drinking problem or any of those things, right? You know that you're worth and entitled to having fun too, right? Like it can't be all so serious day to day. And again, it doesn't have to cost money. My girlfriend Karen and I went to a park one Saturday morning and we roller skated outside. I mean, we had gone roller skating New Year's Day, but this was outside because it was COVID time. And we got to visit and laugh and watch me fall on my tush, but it was fun. So it doesn't have to cost money. It's investing the time in yourself though. And groups and meetings like the alcohol-free environment that I'm in online, they have lots of fun and have set it up. They do like Friday night. I don't even know what it's called, but it's like on a Friday night, a bunch of people are getting together and they're having fun. They're laughing. They're enjoying each other's company. They're also staying away from the drink, right? That's part of the foundation. But there's so many things that we can have fun with. Heck, one of the girls put together a decluttering kind of challenge where we could actively participate for 30 days in just getting rid of some of the clutter in our lives. A lot of mine was electronic because in the beginning of COVID, I had done the closets and a lot of the things. And now that I plan on moving into an RV, I still have more opportunity to get rid of stuff because everything in my apartment will not fit in the RV. Although like 80% of it, I just think it's going to go to heaven or get donated when I do move. But where was I going with that? Oh, so she made decluttering fun because there was 50 or 60 of us engaged in updating and talking about our little quirks and being able to laugh at ourselves. I think that's fun too, is being able to laugh at ourselves. I have no problem doing it. And the more I have to, I shouldn't say have to, the more that I'm doing lives or talking to you, and actually you guys have helped me do this, right? Because I practice, even though it wasn't my intention, I practice speaking. And by not editing, I mean, this is what the truth would be if I was standing on a stage in front of you or in a room with you. This is what you get. And it's been fun to challenge myself that way. Another thing that recovery gave me, because I'm not sure I would be trying to talk to people in this way if I was still gambling. I wouldn't have the time. I wouldn't bother. So it's okay to have fun with it and be silly. And because of my recovery, because of the things I practice, it's okay. It's okay if I screw up. It's okay if I laugh at myself. It's okay if I'm not perfect. It should be fun. I mean, that's part of why I quit my day job, right? It stopped being fun. It was technically easy, I guess, aside from bosses, but the actual job itself was pretty easy, and it was definitely fun at different times. Like when we had a supervisor that would take us out to lunch if we had good numbers, or we would, have a day. There was a day once a month we used to have a meeting, and we get to see the people from the road and the people from the office. And it was fun because it was engaging and we were getting business done, but it had a different flavor than just being talked to. Like, that wasn't fun. Being told what to do and not having any creativity. Not fun. When I was in the stores, oh my goodness, the floral department, I always said, was the funnest job in the store. Again, I can use funnest because I'm having fun with you and words, and it's all good. But what a treat to get to play with flowers every day. And I was kind of a little backwards. Most of the people like playing with the flowers and making arrangements. And to me, cleaning roses was fun, which is a bloody job if you've ever done it. You're stripping the thorns and the leaves off the roses so that you could put them in the water. I thought that was fun. But playing with customers, I love Valentine's Day. The guys would be lined up 30 deep. And as long as you were addressing them and talking to them and being silly, it was fun. They didn't feel like they were waiting in line, and I didn't feel like I was working. I would approach customers, like my favorite little line was, "Oh, are you here to buy me everything twice?" And, it was a good, like, icebreaker. They felt like they were being paid attention to, and somebody was a little wacky talking to them. Those are all free, silly, fun things. It's ways to make your job fun. I don't know what you do, but if you're not having fun or your job isn't fun, I won't give you advice on that, but I'll tell you it's much better when you get away from that situation if you can. Because if we're not having fun, what's the opposite of that, right? Not fun. Not fun's the opposite, and I would never promote not fun. I can't remember my third thought on this. Yeah, I totally blanked out because I got off the rails there, went down another road. Today, let me live each moment gracefully and openly. Fun is not only a reward of our efforts, but another step in our healing. And that's very true too. When we're in that space, and again, it could be the beating ourselves up space, it could be the regret space, it could be the overwhelm of financial burden or distress in relationships. All of those things would make it very easy to stay in a dark, yucky place. Yucky, how's that? And we don't want to be in a dark, yucky place, because then that's going to perpetuate more dark, yucky places. And then it's very much easier to go back to the bat. But if we start to see some of the sunshine, like when we were together at the center, we were able to do some things. And again, it's a little trickier with COVID. I can respect that and appreciate that. So now it's just creative fun. But when we were at the center, we did things like we built boxwood trees together. We'd have like a potluck every month or every other month. We'd have what we called Milestone Monday. So everybody would bring food and we'd celebrate our milestones. And even those could be fun. It doesn't have to be all serious in the trenches, only talk and think about recovery. But our lives are going to be tied into recovery forever, in my opinion, if we do it right. Like, I won't have a life unless I'm in recovery. So I have to be mindful of it. It's important. So anyway, I hope that you're having fun today. I hope you have fun every day, actually. And if you're not, start thinking about ways to have fun. Oh, here's an example. Here's an example before I forget of how to have fun even in COVID time. There are some apps out there where you can play games, like not gambling games, but like word games and fun things. And you could be like Zooming with people and playing games that cause dialogue and interaction. There's a game that we play in Kansas City. We've played at the bar a few times. We've actually gotten in trouble by the owner. And it's called Heads Up. And I think it's from Ellen. Like, her face is involved. But it's on the phone, and there's free versions, and then there's ones you can buy. But essentially, you put the word on your forehead, and people are trying to get you to say the word that's on your forehead in a different category. Now, that is fun. because the things that come out of people's mouths, and if you want bonus fun, it records the audience and you can save the recording, which makes it even more hilarious. So those are some ideas. Think about, Christmas is coming. I feel like a couple years ago, I was trying to get that pie in the face game again. Put some whipped cream on your face. That's fun. Okay, maybe you don't think so. Maybe you're a neat freak. It's okay. Whatever your jam is, incorporate some fun. Think about that. Think about that as you finish up your Christmas shopping. What can you get that'll bring some fun and joy in your life? I think I've used the word fun 8,012 times on this show, but that's okay. I want you to get the message. I want you to have some fun. If you are wondering, it's Friday, so we should have an episode out today. I think you guys are going to meet, you're going to meet a life coach that has a pretty neat story of evolution in his journey. And if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. His name is Paul Casey, and he's a client of ours, and we met through a mutual coach, and he just has a very impressive story, a very honest and raw story. So I can't wait to share that with you. And yeah, that's what I got. We're going into the weekend. I got a big day today. I got a couple interviews to do for the new show, and I got the conference to go to, the summit that's going on, the Path to Power Summit that I have the honor of speaking in tomorrow. I'm going to try to jump in there and catch as much of that as I can and listen to the other speakers and support them. Again, here's another example, right? Completely free. And it consumes 3 days, or 8 hours out of 3 days at least. Look for those kinds of things online, guys. You never know. You might learn something, but anybody who's out there trying to serve an audience is going to make sure it's fun, because it can't be boring or you won't stay. So there's going to be an element of fun. So even consider doing stuff like that. Okay, rant over. I am going to say, drink some water today. I'm having a really hard time since it's gotten colder drinking water. So that's my reminder. Pardon my yawn. I should be drinking more coffee at this very second. Anyway, happy weekend. Happy Friday. I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks.